This is a classic example of the tree doesn't always fall in the direction you want it to fall. The way the tree was angled, I mean the height of it or whatever, it looked like it wanted to fall that direction. But I wanted it to fall that direction, so I cut it right here. And I probably cut a little too high back here on this side, but on this side I was pretty much in line. But once I cut it back, it started to tip back this way instead. What I did differently than what I normally do is I tried to cut straight, where normally I kind of cut down at an angle to kind of force it to go that way. But a guy on YouTube said not to do that, so I didn't do that this time. And the tree actually came back and sat right here and wanted to go this direction. So I then had to come in from this angle to try to cut it. What I was trying to do was trying to make it looser on this side so it would go this way, but it didn't want to go that way. It wanted to go this way. So I had no choice but to let it go that way. So it's a good thing I moved my big truck out of the way, because normally I park it right around in here. Well, actually, I'm clearing this out so I can park it up in here. Hang on. I'm clearing this out so I can park it right up in here. But I'd been parking it like right around in here. But I backed it further up this time just to be safe, and it's a good thing I did, because this tree basically landed where I was parking the truck. Harley's gonna help me haul off the wood. But anyway, so yeah, they don't always do what you want them to do, so always be prepared for them to do the opposite. Because yeah, I had a pretty good Pac-Man. I do a Pac-Man because I've seen where if people don't do the Pac-Man, they only do like a half of a Pac-Man. It doesn't always fall the way you want, and sometimes it'll kick back. But this is the first time I've had a tree not fall the way I wanted it to fall. Oh, I take it back. That experimental one that I did over there didn't fall the way I wanted it to fall either. So this is the second one. But this one was a normal cut, the one I normally do all the time. But like I said, the difference is I tried to come in with a flat instead of down at an angle like I normally do. I normally, not a huge angle, but I'll normally do like a slight angle so that it kind of forces it to go towards the Pac-Man. And I didn't do that this time. So that's, people say, you know, not to do the angle, but that's why I do the angle, because situations like this. So the first time I didn't do it the way I normally do it, it backfired on me. So maybe don't do a huge angle, but do a slight angle. That way it has a tendency to want to go that direction. And even if it don't, you could probably push on it to make it go that way. Perhaps. That's a little dangerous. It was a little sketchy this time too, because I wasn't sure which direction it was going to go. But when I cut on this side, it started leaning this direction. And so I knew it was going to go that direction. I tried to make it go over here, since it didn't want to go that way. I tried to make it go between these two trees into that divide. So I cut over here last to try to make it go that way. But that just basically weakened it so it went the way it wanted to go. Which is fine. I had my big truck out of the way, so it worked out. But yeah, they don't always do what you want them to do, so always be prepared for that. So luckily, no one got hurt. Nothing got hurt. Everything's cool. But yeah, just keep that in mind. This is more like a safety video than anything. So yeah. Where I wanted it to go. Hang on. Where I wanted it to go. Where I thought it was going to go. And where it went. So, kind of crazy. Let me see. Oh, let me turn the light off. I don't need that. I could now. There we go. So that's better. I got this new phone, so. So I wanted it to go that way. It decided it wanted to go that way. So then when I started cutting on it, it changed its mind and wanted to go that way. So, but that could too be because of this angle that I did over here. So if I would have done an angle like I said, this direction, like I normally do, then it would have kind of pushed it that direction. So, oh well. Like I said, I was a little high on this side and a little low on the other side. So that also made it kind of, because I have my angle here like this. So that also kind of threw it off as well. But if I did the angle like I normally do, it probably would have been fine. It normally is. But anyways, whatever. So, like I said, no one got hurt. Nothing got hurt. Everybody's good. Everything's good. But just be prepared for the tree to not do what you want it to do. Because it doesn't always. It doesn't always. So, I've had problems up in the tree. I almost cut my hand off and my face. Almost cut fingers off because, you know, things don't always go according to plan when you're up in the tree. I've been lucky or blessed. So far, I haven't had too bad of an injury. I've seen and heard horror stories of bad things happening. You know, and it's like, it's a dangerous job. It's a dangerous job. That tree trunk probably weighs 1,000 pounds. Imagine getting hit by 1,000 pound, you know, whatever, log. You know, just 1,000 pounds. I mean, these dogs are about 100 pounds. When they run into you, they knock you down. So, imagine, you know, 10 times that force. That could kill you. That could crush you. So, or do some major injury. I mean, it's basically half the weight of a car, if not the same weight of a car. I mean, cars weigh about 2,000 pounds. That could be a 2,000 pound tree log. So, I mean, I don't know. It's all speculation, but it's at least 1,000 pounds. So, imagine getting hit by a car. And that's what it would be like, getting hit by a tree. But anyways. So there you go. So now I just got to chop this up and get it out of the way. And take it to the neighbor so he can use it for firewood for the winter. And then we'll burn off the rest, the scrap. Because we don't really need it. We're just, basically the main thing I'm doing here, we still don't own the property technically yet. I'd say the odds are 75% in our favor, but sometimes it feels 50-50 or worse. But we're trying not to put too much money into this property till we own it. There's a big scandal going on, but we've had our ducks in a row, if you will. We've done the paperwork. We've done the paper trails. I guess I broke a branch off of one of these trees. I know this did not come off of that tree because that tree was dead. Probably came off of this tree. That's cool. It's pretty much a clean break. That's cool. I can't see where it came from though. Had to be way up there. Oh, I see where there's a dead one. No. Oh, there it is. I see it. Right there. That's where I broke it off. But yeah, it's a clean break, so that'll heal up nicely. Still got to go up in there and clean out all that dead when I got time. I got a ton of dead trees on the property that I got to clean up. So anyways, yeah, we got court next week. And we'll know then whether or not this battle's going to be hard or easy. So the judge may make the decision for us and make our job easier. Like I said, we've been doing everything on the up and up. We got our paperwork in order. We always document everything because scammers, two things. Scammers will try to avoid the paper trail as much as possible. So you need to get on the paper trail as quickly as possible and document everything. CYOA. I learned that a long time ago. Jump on the paper trail. Stay on the paper trail. Get on the paper trail as quickly as possible. And then keep the criminals on the paper trail as much as you possibly can. You keep them on that paper trail. One, it benefits you. Two, they will actively try to avoid the paper trail, which incriminates them more and only helps you more. So, paper trail, paper trail, paper trail. It's a pain in the butt, but if you don't do it, it's going to be, your butt on the line. You're giving the criminals the advantage. So, yeah, these people basically were scamming us. They had no intention of selling us the property. And, well, that's our theory. And, they weren't paying the mortgage. And they weren't paying the mortgage on the mobile home or the land. They were pocketing all the money. And they were just going to let everything go into foreclosure. And then, which actually, that was good for us. Because now we're able to buy everything pretty much out of foreclosure. The land part's a little more complicated, but the mobile home part is easy. They're not going to come get that mobile home, the mobile home company. So they'll make us an offer, or we'll make them an offer, and they'll probably take it. Because they don't want to come get it. They want to get, they just want the money. Same with the bank and the land. They don't want the land, they want the money. I mean, it's not real money anyways. It's all fiat, fake money. But they really don't want the land. They want, it's kind of weird because the land is an actual asset where the money is not. But they don't really care about the land, they only care about the money. But the money's fake. It doesn't make any sense. But anyways. So yeah, they just want the money. So, we got a lawyer. We had a couple lawyers at the beginning, but we didn't retain them. We was just getting information from them. They basically gave us free information. We would have retained one of them if we needed to, but Laura lost track of the first one, and the second one was a different kind of an attorney, and she couldn't help us with the case, but she still gave us free advice. So anyways, so we end up finding another attorney. She's a little green, but she's good, and she's got the willpower. So between her wisdom and experience, Laura's wisdom and experience, and my wisdom and experience, the three of us make a really good team. So yeah, well, like I said, we got court next week. And unfortunately, I'll be on the road, but I got my affidavit. Oh, I gotta go get that notarized at the bank today. I almost forgot. I just reminded myself. Good thing I'm talking about this. So I gotta go get that notarized. I got the lawyer to represent me. Laura will be there. We got a bunch of affidavits. We got a bunch of witnesses. We got a bunch of people showing up to court for moral support and testimonies. So we have a really, really good chance of winning this. But you know, the Delaney's, they probably thought, oh, well, you know, we had victim written all over our face. But, you know, we used to be more like sheeple, but we're learning to be more like goats, where we defend ourselves. Sheep don't really defend themselves, but goats do. Like, I got sheep, I got goats, and the sheep, when the predator comes on the property, they just run. They don't protect their young. And predators just pick off, you know, one baby lamb at a time until they're all gone. The goats, they don't do that. They defend their babies. I lose very little goats, baby goats, to predators. The predators have to sneak in and pick them off one by one, stealth-like. They have to work harder to get a baby goat, where the sheep, easy pickings. So we're learning to be more like goat, not like sheep. And we used to be more like sheep. We used to be more victim. So they saw victim on our forehead, and it was like, oh yeah, these guys will be easy pickings. But they didn't realize I was a goat, and Laura's learning to be a goat. So we didn't take it lying down. We're fighting back, and we're gonna win. It looks like we're gonna win. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So we got court next week. If that doesn't work, then we got a backup plan. And if that doesn't work, we have another backup plan. So, yeah, we got plan B and plan C ready to go. So yeah, just always, you know, CYOA. Especially when you're dealing with crooked people. So, anyways. And when you're dealing with crooked trees. You know, like I said, life doesn't always go the way you want it to go. Trees don't always fall the way you want them to fall. You always have to be prepared for the worst. And, you know, expect the best, prepare for the worst. So expect that things could go wrong, and try to anticipate what could go wrong, and just be prepared. You know, hopefully everything goes according to plan. Hopefully the tree falls where you want it to fall. Hopefully your life falls the way you want it to fall. But occasionally it doesn't, like this tree right here. Occasionally it doesn't go the way you want it to go, and you got to improvise. So that's just life. So anyways, yeah, didn't know there was a life lesson in a tree falling in the wrong direction. There's always a life lesson. It's like my ex-wife's daughter. It's a funny story. I was out doing yard work or whatever I was doing outside, and I came inside, and they was watching this cartoon. I don't remember what the cartoon was exactly, but there was, there was a lesson there, because a lot of the cartoons do have lessons. And at least the old ones did. And so I stopped. I got sidetracked, and I got caught up in the cartoon. I was watching a cartoon with the kids, and then it went to commercial, and I go, now see, and da 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 da, and gave them a lesson from the cartoon. And then her oldest daughter was like, does everything have to be a life learning lesson with you? And I go, yes, as a matter of fact, it does. And I walked off happy that she acknowledged that. Because it is, everything is a life lesson. You just got to learn and grow from it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So what doesn't break you makes you smarter. So you just got to learn and grow. It's just life. It's just life. So, all right, bye. All right. She's a funny dog.